Alright, this is, I think, gonna be my final book of the month haul. We'll see if I go back one day, but for now, this is goodbye. So, I couldn't even count for you quickly. I have a huge physical TBR of Book of the Month books that I've acquired. And while I enjoy the process of picking books, I just really prefer reading on my Kindle. I thought about keeping it to do like the audio books, but like I don't go through those very fast either because I only listen on like my commute, which isn't super duper long. So here we are. I am gonna cancel, but I wanted to stay long enough to get my book of the year, honestly. So my last bookmark, let's get to this book. Let's get to the book of the month of this. Okay. And then it came with this little thing about the book of the year options. So I already had these 3, and this is a sequel, and it's the book of the year, so I want to read it, but I'm probably going to read the first one on my Kindle and then read this. So I got the Lisa Jewell, None of This Is True. So my actual book of the month is Kill for Me and Kill for You by Stephen Knauer. I'm like hesitating because I don't know if that's like actually how you pronounce that or not. But it was like obviously one of the thriller options. So it is, let me read you a little blurb about it. One dark evening on New York City's Upper West Side, 2 strangers meet by chance over drinks. Amanda and Wendy realize that they have much in common, especially loneliness and an intense desire for revenge. Against the men who destroy their families, as they talk into the night, they come up with the perfect plan. If you kill for me, I'll kill for you. In another part of the city, Ruth is home alone with beautiful brownstone she shares with her husband Scott is invaded. She's attacked by a man with piercing blue eyes who disappears into the night. Will she ever be able to feel safe again while the blue-eyed stranger is out there? Intricate and heart-racing, Kill for Me, Kill for You will keep you breathless until the final page. So I just thought that concept was really interesting. I really loved the book. Dang, where is it on my shelf? The Collective by Allison Galen. And this is different for sure, but like gave me the vibes, so I thought I'd check it out. Then we have my book of the year, which is Lisa Jewell, None of This Is True. I've read other Lisa Jewell books that I enjoyed, so I'm excited to read this one. So this is celebrating her 45th birthday at her local pub. Popular podcaster Alex Summers crosses paths with an unassuming woman called Josie Fair. Josie, it turns out, is also celebrating her 45th birthday. They are, in fact, birthday twins. A few days later, Alex and Josie bump into each other again, and this time outside Alex's children's school. Josie's been listening to Alex's podcast and thinks she might be an interesting subject for her series. She is, she tells Alex, on the cusp of great changes in her life. Josie's life appears to be strange and complicated, and although Alex finds her upsetting, she can't quite resist the temptation to keep making the podcast. Slowly, she starts to realize that Josie's been hiding some very dark secrets, and before she knows it, Josie has inveigled her way into Alex's life and into her home. But as quickly as she arrived, Josie disappears, and then does Alex discover that Josie's left a terrible, terrifying legacy in her wake, and that Alex has become the subject of her own true crime podcast with her life and her family lives under moral threat. It kind of reminds me of like, what's it called? There's like a book I read, multiple books by the same author from Book of the Year, and it's like giving those vibes for sure. Of like the podcaster in their home, and then like maybe they're involved in a crime. That one was a little different, but interesting to read. And then lastly, I got We Are the Brennans by Tracy Lange. I have the other book by this author, and honestly I just kind of wanted to have both of them that looked the same from Book of the Month. So this is when 29-year-old Sunday Brennan wakes up in Los Angeles hospital, bruised and battered after a drunk driving accident she caused. She swallows her pride and goes home to her family in New York. but it's not easy. She deserted them and her high school sweetheart 5 years before with little explanation, and they've got questions. Sunday is determined to rebuild her life back on the East Coast, even if it does mean tiptoeing around resentful brothers and an ex-fiance. The longer she stays, however, the more she realizes that they need her just as much as she needs them. When a dangerous man from her past brings her family's pub business to the brink of financial ruin, the only way to protect them is to upend all their secrets. Secrets they have damaged the family for generations and will threaten everything they know about their lives. In the aftermath, the Brennan family is forced to confront painful mistakes and ultimately find a way forward together. Yeah, so ultimately I'm just not reading them fast enough. And would just prefer to read them on Kindle, and honestly a lot of them end up being cheaper on Kindle like a week after they come out. So here we are. I enjoy the novelty of picking a book of the month, but maybe I'll just keep up with it and pick one to read on my Kindle if I'm interested. Let me know. Are you a Book of the Month subscriber? Are you a Book of the Month previous subscriber? Are you interested? I am here to hear about people's different perspectives and positions about it. Thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and be good to yourself today.